When did fake it until you make it backfire? 1. I took orchestra in elementary school and I eventually realized that I was just not going to understand violin. But I still wanted to be in orchestra because it had some perks. So, whenever we had lessons, I put my fingers over the strings and moved my bow around like I meant it. When we had to play individually, I had to do it for real. I thought maybe, by some miracle, I'd get it and play normally. I didn't. 2. I hired a Mandarin translator for a game I'm developing. Ran her translations through Google Translate, to find they were a good match. Too good a match. Showed it to a friend of mine who's from China, told me the translator just Google translated everything and that the end result was barely comprehensible. 3. When, due to a tight budget on a magazine I edited way back when, we couldn't afford a fashion correspondent, so I did it myself under an assumed female name, I'm male, and didn't tell anyone. Surprisingly, it was quite well received. Ran for 3 months or so before I got invited to a clothing launch. 4. I knew a girl who would apply to jobs she was unqualified for, including a job at NASA and at Apple. She lied about her qualifications on her resume. She landed several high-paying jobs, but would get fired after a month or two once her coworkers realized she did not have the skills to fulfill her duties. She would boast on Facebook about how she landed her dream job every few months. Not sure what she's doing now since I haven't spoken to her in years. I believe she moved to another country. 5. Got a job working in an insurance company reviewing contracts. Had no idea what I was doing and thought I could just learn it and I'd be fine eventually. Lasted 6 months and they kicked me out. 6. I was 8 years old and I told my dance teacher I could do a backbend. I couldn't, so she moved me up a level in acro and put me in a special role for our recital. For the next week my mom tried to help me get a backbend but it wasn't happening and I had to come clean. Luckily, she didn't get too mad. I had to move back down a level, but I still got to keep my special role. 7. Got a part-time job as a bartender to help with bills. Told them I knew how to bartend. I can pour a whiskey, Coke and beer, so just figured I'd pick up the rest as I went along. First week I was serving to get to know the menu and someone called in sick. Owner makes me bartend. So I'm doing fine, just beers and a few mixed drinks. Then a party of about 40 people coming from a wedding comes in and starts asking for all these different shots, different specialty drinks, etc. Totally pooped my pants. 8. When someone asks if I've seen a movie and I lie and say yes to fit in. When they ask for my favorite part or my opinion on a part. 9. I work as an accountant with a theater background. I'm 6 years in and I'm working solo with no one above me in the company besides the owners. I have an audit, a $16 million lock to acquire, and another company we just purchased. This is the tipping point, I'm sure. 10. There was this one girl in my big group of friends that I just couldn't stand. But everyone else liked her, so I just went with it and pretended that I liked her. Well, one night we were all getting drunk at one of my friends' houses, and I was asked to tell a secret and I told everyone, including her, that I hated her. Turns out almost everyone else felt the same.